Welcome to our monthly sales training series. This month's focus is on the basics of negotiation. Take a moment to pause this presentation and download the notes for this training session for extensive notes and additional examples related to our discussion. These notes include extra concepts and things to consider as we walk through the training. Negotiation is an essential skill that can make a big difference in how you win business and protect your bottom line. As independent haulers, you face daily pressure to stay competitive without giving away too much. This session is designed to help you strike that balance. We'll cover simple, practical strategies you can use to negotiate with confidence, set clear expectations, and close deals that are fair for your customers and profitable for you. Whether you're new to negotiating or just want to sharpen your approach, you'll leave with tools you can start using right away. Our objective is to equip haulers with practical, real-world negotiation skills that help you close deals confidently without undercutting your value or sacrificing your margin. We'll discuss when you should and when not to negotiate, look at 3 essential negotiating strategies, and how to identify your walkaway point. We will finish with a recap and some suggested homework, looking at how you can practice what we discussed today. So let's get started. By now you know the waste industry is a big business, estimated to be $229.3 billion by 2027. Our goal is to capture the biggest slice of that business. You only need a small piece of it to be a worthwhile business. Learning to negotiate is paramount to your success. Mastering the 3 essential negotiating strategies will get you well on your way to dominating in your market. Negotiation is not an act of battle, it's a process of discovery. The goal is to uncover as much information as possible, is a quote from Chris Voss's book, Never Split the Difference. This quote is 100% accurate. Sales is all about asking questions and learning as much as you possibly can so you can provide exactly what the customer wants. Remember, not every job needs to turn into a negotiation. Part of being a confident professional hauler is knowing when it makes sense to discuss pricing and when it's better to stand your ground. Negotiation should be a deliberate choice, not your go-to move. Before you think about adjusting your rates, ask yourself, does this job have long-term value? Will it lead to repeat work or build stronger relationships? If so, it might be worth exploring, but that doesn't mean you have to cut your price right out of the gate. Instead, look for ways to add value without shrinking your margin. Could you offer more flexible scheduling, a quicker turnaround, a bundled package that feels like a win for the customer without reducing your revenue? Framing these extras as added value helps you stay firm on price while still being flexible and customer-focused. And if you do offer a discount, make sure it's strategic. Discounts should be tied to something meaningful, like a longer contract or consistent volume, not handed out just to land a one-time gig. Just as important is knowing when not to negotiate. If the job will overload your team, break your pricing model, or hurt your ability to deliver great service, it's okay to say no. Your reputation and long-term success are worth more than a deal that drains your resources. The bottom line, take a moment to evaluate before jumping into a negotiation. Use the decision-making framework to quickly assess the opportunity, whether to engage, how much to flex, and when to hold firm. The more you practice this approach, the more confident and profitable you'll be. The first strategy we will explore is anchor pricing. In other words, start strong and set the standard. Anchor pricing is one of the most effective strategies you can use in a negotiation. It involves leading with your ideal price, or even a bit higher, to establish the reference point for the entire conversation. Why does this work? Because the first number on the table creates a powerful psychological anchor that shapes how the customer views the value of your service. Starting high doesn't mean you're being aggressive or unrealistic. It means you're giving yourself room to negotiate without immediately cutting into your margin. Let's say your goal is to land at $875 per month deal. If you open at $950, you've created space for a respectful back and forth that still ends in a profitable deal. But if you open too low, worried about losing the job, you leave yourself no cushion and risk undervaluing your work. Anchoring also reinforces your professionalism. Quoting a strong, clear price from the beginning shows you're serious about your business and confident in what you offer. Even if a customer pushes back, you've set the tone. You're not just throwing out numbers, you're communicating value. The key is to anchor with clarity and confidence, not ego. Know your numbers, understand what goes into your pricing, and be ready to explain what your service includes and why it's worth the investment. Used well, anchor pricing helps you stay in control of the negotiation, protect your profits, and close better deals. The second strategy is bundling. Bundling is a smart negotiation approach that lets you deliver more value to your customers while also growing your bottom line. The concept is straightforward. Combine related services, like trash pickup, cardboard recycling, and occasional bulk item removal, into one package, then offer it at a slight discount compared to pricing each service separately. To the customer, it feels like a great deal. For you, it means more work per stop and better efficiency on your route. Rather than pricing services individually, you might present a bundled offer that includes weekly trash collection, bi-weekly cardboard pickup, and quarterly bulk disposal. This not only strengthens the value behind your quote, but also encourages customers to stick around longer and rely on you for multiple needs. Even a modest discount can enhance perceived value and help close the deal faster. For haulers, bundling creates more efficient routes and increases revenue per account. Since you're already at the site, adding another service takes less time and fuel than making an additional trip. It also makes it harder for competitors to undercut you on price alone, especially when your offering feels more complete. Bundling works best when services fit together naturally, and the added value is easy for the customer to understand. Done right, it's a win-win. The customer sees more value in your service, and you gain a more profitable, longer-lasting relationship. The final strategy we will discuss today is reciprocity. Think of it as give a little to gain a lot. Reciprocity is a powerful negotiation tactic rooted in human behavior. When someone does something for us, we feel inclined to return the favor. In sales, this means that offering a small, thoughtful concession can build goodwill and motivate the customer to give something back. This doesn't mean cutting deeply into your margin or giving services away. Instead, it's about making a strategic gesture that strengthens the relationship. For example, you might waive a small delivery fee, include an extra pickup, or offer quicker turnaround in exchange for something of value, like a longer contract, a referral, or a positive review. Saying something like, "If you're ready to move forward with a 6-month agreement, I can waive this setup fee today," shows flexibility without undercutting your worth. Reciprocity is especially effective with commercial clients who value long-term relationships and operational ease. When they see you're willing to meet them part-way, it positions you as a trusted partner, not just a service provider focused on nickel and diming. The key is to offer something meaningful without compromising your profitability. Use reciprocity intentionally and visibly. Even small gestures, when well-timed, can foster trust, build loyalty, and lead to more sustainable, profitable deals. Know when to walk away, because you must protect your bottom line. One of the most critical parts of any negotiation is knowing your walkaway point. And that starts with understanding your numbers. Before you enter any pricing discussion, be clear on your minimum profitable rate. This isn't just about covering fuel and labor. It includes everything required to do the job right: tipping fees, equipment wear and tear, time, overhead, and a fair return for your effort. If a customer's counteroffer drops below that threshold, it's not a win. It's a liability. It can feel uncomfortable to turn down a job, especially when business is slow or the client seems promising. But keep in mind, accepting work that erodes your profit margins will hurt your business more in the long run than walking away from a deal that doesn't make sense. Preparedness builds confidence. When you truly know your costs, you can stand firm in a negotiation without hesitation. It becomes easier to say no with clarity, and often that clarity earns respect. Customers are more likely to view you as a professional running a legitimate business, not someone desperate to land every job. In the end, passing on an unprofitable job is a smart business decision. Holding your ground protects your time, your team, and your reputation. Your walkaway point isn't just a number, it's a reflection of your standards. Honor it. Learning to negotiate takes practice. Just reading a book or watching a video won't cut it. You must take the time and effort to practice these skills. We have designed 5 exercises to work through to assist in your learning. Remember to download the notes that accompany this session for additional material, suggested reading, and extensive notes. The goal is to become a proficient negotiator, and that won't happen without the extra effort. Let's dive into the first practice exercise. 1. Job evaluation drill: when to negotiate and when to walk. Create a list of 5 recent or hypothetical job opportunities. For each one, write down whether you would negotiate, why or why not, and what factors influence that decision. Things like repeat potential, strategic value, tight timeline. Use the decision-making framework in your handout to support your answer. This exercise will train you to assess opportunities strategically, not emotionally. 2. Anchor practice roleplay. Pair up and take turns being the hauler and the customer. Practice opening a negotiation with a confident anchor price, something like, "This service starts at $950 per month," and respond to the other person's pushback. Focus on your tone, confidence, and how you explain the value behind your price. Afterward, debrief. Did your anchor hold? Where did the conversation go? 3. The bundle builder exercise. Take 2 to 3 common services you offer, such as weekly trash pickup, bulk removal, or cardboard recycling, and create 2 bundled package options. Write out a sample quote that clearly shows the bundle's components, pricing, and savings. Then explain how you'd present it to a customer to emphasize value without sounding like you're just discounting. 4. Reciprocity. Think of 3. Give to get offers you could make in a negotiation. For example, waiving a delivery fee in exchange for a contract extension, or offering faster service in exchange for a referral. Then write out how you'd phrase the offer in a quote or conversation using value-driven language. Practice delivering it naturally with a partner. And finally, 5. Walkaway price worksheet. Calculate your walkaway point for 3 different types of jobs. Include your time, fuel, labor, tipping fees, equipment use, and overhead. Once you've got your true minimum price, create a 1-page cheat sheet you can keep with you during quoting. Practice saying no with confidence in mock scenarios where a customer asks for a rate below your threshold. You may wish to use the job calculator worksheet, which is part of the downloadable notes to help you. Negotiation isn't about haggling, it's about communicating the value of your work and protecting the profitability of your business. The strategies we've covered today, anchoring, bundling, reciprocity, and knowing your walkaway point, are designed to help you negotiate smarter, not harder. By leading with confidence, staying grounded in your numbers, and focusing on long-term value over short-term wins, you'll close better deals and build stronger relationships with your customers. Remember, every quote is a chance to position yourself as a professional, not just a service provider. Use these tools with purpose, and you'll not only win more jobs, you'll win the right jobs. Waste Place, Waste and Recycling Simplified.